Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. I am live at Infowars.com and blasting out on the AM and FM dial, XM, shortwave, satellite, you name it. We come back Sundays 4 to 6 p.m. Central for an abbreviated transmission. It's midnight over in Paris. We're Timothy Maxwell Keiser, known as Max Keiser. From NYU, journalist, film producer, activist, Hollywood Stock Exchange inventor. The Oracle with Max Keiser and a lot more, TV show on BBC, and he does one also on Press TV. Max, I want to go to calls in the time we have coming up in the next segment. I promise to get to all of you folks that are holding. But right now, when you talk to other economists, other people researching this, I mean, you know, the elites are just openly stealing everything in front of everyone, both parties in Europe, the Tories and the Labor, Republican Democrats here in the United States. I mean, the same stuff. And then meanwhile, they're openly saying Northcom is ready to take on the American people. And I've got news stories coming out where they're training to set up checkpoints, and they've got clergy response teams, hired preachers to report on their flocks, secret police, CIA ads on all radio and TV, recruiting domestic spies. I feel like I woke up in an episode of The Outer Limits. The public's kind of in a mind-numbed robot world. Will they be successful converting us over to just a pure 1984 society? Or will people finally say, hey, let's audit the private Federal Reserve. Let's arrest these bankers. Or is it just we're like a broke back, toothless hooker with cigarette burns all over us with the pimp slapping us around, and that's all we know?
Well, that's a beautiful image, Alex. I'm going to keep that in mind as I try to get to sleep tonight. But as far as, you know, you mentioned two things there. One is the growing surveillance state and the police state in the U.S., and that's definitely an extension of basically this concept of manifest destiny gone crazy. You know, America was built on this idea of the manifest destiny, moving all the way west from the east. And, of course, they slaughtered and committed genocide of the local population of Indians. But they got to the West Coast, they created the U.S. Then the manifest destiny went out to the rest of the world, and the U.S. put this policy of scorched earth policy of just invading countries and expanding the empire in South America, Latin America, you know, around the world. But now they've run out of places to conquer in this way, so they've come back home. And the same forces that drove this foreign policy of scorched earth and basically ethnic cleansing, if you will, they're applying this to Americans because they've run out of other countries. They've run out of space. So they've come back home, and they're doing it in their own country. And, of course, the rationality by the people putting this forward is that and somehow they're serving the greater good as they define it in their own minds. But clearly, if you're losing your job or you're having your savings destroyed, and I want to point something out that happened last week, which is really, really, I think, needs to get some attention. In the country of Sweden, they've now moved to what's called a negative savings rate, which means that if you have money in the bank, you don't get any kind of savings rate at all. In fact, you pay the bank to hold your money. The reason they do that is they want people to take the money out of the bank and go spend it in the economy. They're trying to force people to spend money. And
so this is a purely debtor system where cradle to grave, the government and the private banks are God.
It's a pure cradle to grave debt system, exactly. So now Sweden is on the front line of this negative savings rate policy. In the U.S., you already have interest rates at almost at zero. In other countries around the world, and in the UK, it's moving in this direction. So it looks like in the U.S., they will, as this bailout money fails to stimulate the economy, as the banks fail to make loans, as the economy continues to implode, then all the banks are going to start to move over to this negative savings rate. So
Max, what about this? What about this, though? They're hiring and converting all the new people that lose their jobs into police state functions to now then go feed on any middle class that's left. So a total end of private property, it looks like, as well. What are these Northcom brigades with the military openly training to engage the American people? So now if you don't like it, the military will just come kill you?
Well, what's fascinating is that the CIA is recruiting from bankers that are getting fired. Did you see that?
That was Bloomberg. Yeah, no, they're just taking everything over.
You know, I worked on Wall Street for many years, and so in other words, the same people that destroyed the economy, the Wall Street bankers, now that they've been forced off the grid, they're going to be picked up by the CIA to commit financial crimes against their countrymen, conducted by groups like the CIA. So who knows how to conduct financial crimes better than the guys on Wall Street?
And we know the
CIA's
been caught shipping in the heroin, the cocaine. We know they're involved with the plunge protection team rigging the markets anyways. I mean, this is literally like hell force is being released on us. And you said it, just like the CIA overthrows third world countries, they're about to have a big meal off us. What made them decide to go ahead and gang rape America? What made them decide to go ahead and slit our throat like a sweet little puppy looking up at its master?
It's just a force of habit. They don't know any better, and there's no resistance. There's absolutely no resistance.
That's really what it is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if there was any resistance, and you know, I've introduced 2 or 3 ways that there could be resistance, but there's no appetite for any resistance. And
so this is really what the people want. They want their kids being shot up with mercury and drinking fluoride. They want to be bankrupt. They want to be slaves. They want to live across between Mexico and North Korea.
Well, you know, I've often said that, let me put it to you this way. If Hitler had listed Auschwitz on the New York Stock Exchange, America would have never invaded Germany.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In other words, there's a perception in America that no matter how bad things are, there's still a possibility that you might be the big lottery winner. And people live with those blinders on.
Orwell talked about that. He said the proles laid down in that 1984 fiction, but based on the Soviet Union he was studying, because they thought they could win the lottery, just kind of this magical bumpkin thinking, like giggling that it's not happening to me, almost laughing at your neighbor being torn apart.
Well, see, look what's happening in Russia. Last week, Putin announced that they're closing all the casinos in Moscow, and they're moving them all to Siberia. And I predicted this trend. I may have even talked about it last year on your show.
No, you did.
That we're moving toward a casino gulag model.
No, you said that. I remember.
Well, now we've got direct evidence of it.
How did you know that? A casino gulag. It's wonderful.
It's a forced gambling model. And just like in California, if they open up a casino gulag and you run out of tokens, of course, the state is now going to issue you IOUs. Then you can put those into your slot machines in the gulag casino, and you still maintain the illusion that you're going to be a winner, even though you've lost your house, you've lost your job, you've lost your family, but you still might be a winner, so you're going to put up with it. And it's the same group of people that are now in charge that really have been taken from the casino industry. You know, the casino industry is on the cutting edge of behavioral economics, which has had the study of the psychology of what makes people make economic decisions. And the casino industry, of course, has introduced techniques where they make it very difficult to leave the casino. The exits are hidden. There's no clocks. You don't know what time of day it is. They put fragrances in the air. They have a calculation for the slot machines, a certain win ratio to keep people interested.
Max, got a break. Stay there. News coming up. We'll come right back to you to finish that point, other key points, then right to your phone call. Stay with us.